Hello everyone, welcome back to another Train Sim World 6 video, and today we are on the Bahnstrecke Leipzig to Dresden route, the German core route in the game, and we are taking this expert GBRf 101 by Trainsim Germany from Rotterdam down to Dresden Hauptbahnhof as part of EC 177 Hamburg-Altona to Prague. So yeah, also, happy Pride Month to all of my non-straight and straight viewers who celebrate. Just thought I'd break out the old Pride livery, specifically 101066, which one of my viewers, you know who you are, has actually seen this in real life at, Würzburg Hauptbahnhof, I believe it was. So yeah, let's hop in and get started. First of all, we need to go to this screen, disable faults because they switch on automatically, and reset anything that may have occurred. We have virtual conductor on already. Change the contrast on that, change the contrast on that. Oh, need to go and put the signal lights on. What's our train length? We don't have a data sheet because this isn't the expert 145. What's our train length? 310 meters. Okie dokie. So we need to go back here and type in 918. Train length is 310, maximum speed is 200 kph. There we go. Train data has been input, and then put the reverser, handle, move that forward, unlock the brakes. Actually, let's put the direct brake on for now, and let's set all of you up. Cab light on, headlights reduced, train lights on. Turn up the brightness, because why not? Yeah, it's been a bit since I was in the Expert 101. It is good to be back in this unit, I gotta say. Also, you can see I've changed the HUD that I'm using as well, so, which might come as a bit of a shock since I've used the same HUD for years now at this point. Don't need to change the operator, we just need to change the number. We're number 177. Enter that, that's registering on the GSMR. Let's just make sure. Okay, there we go. My LZB buttons are working. And, oh, one final thing. We need AFB. Haha. And we have a starting speed of 60, and now we can release the direct brake. Yeah. Here we are. It's been a bit since I was on Leipzig to Dresden. I know this route gets quite a lot of flack, but I do enjoy this route. This route, specifically, the complaints people have are that this route is just an extension of an older line, and also has no new rolling stock except for the BR294 shunting locomotive, which I totally get. But I still enjoy this route because I was one of the people begging for an extension to the old Dresden route. 45 limit, okie dokie, and we have to acknowledge that. Thank you kindly. Next up, Dresden Neustadt, probably, in 42 kilometers. And we've got Dresden Neustadt and Dresden Hauptbahnhof as stops on today's service. So yeah, there aren't most of the 101 runs are full runs from from Dresden to Leipzig, or vice versa. This is one of the few that goes up to Rotterdam. Yeah. Also, yeah. Happy Pride Month, viewers. If you don't celebrate, then you can still enjoy the video. It's still me just driving a train. We have to stick to 40 kph for now. I have the safety system helper up because I'm still learning how PZB works. So yeah, still really learning how PZB works, I'll be honest. So yeah, we aren't. I don't think we're traveling on any of the new sections of track that came with Dresden Leipzig. All of this bit of track was also playable in Nafaka Dresden, but not these services. I believe it's a more complete timetable with Leipzig Dresden, and we also get to see the Sdggmrss 738 intermodal wagons with DHL trailers or containers on the back, which are exclusive to this timetable and route. There isn't, according to the June roadmap, which came out today, there is an update coming for the Expert BR145. They don't know they haven't said what's in it yet, but I'm really hoping that it has dynamic suspension, because that is one of the things which I was really, really hoping would come, because the Expert 145 still doesn't have dynamic suspension more than 2 months after its release. Which, mind you, it's not game-breaking, but it's still annoying. Up to 120 kilometers an hour, no more signals. We do have a neutral section coming up, that much I remember. Full speed ahead. Having an AFB to help manage the speed is very helpful, I gotta say. Coming up on the neutral section, I think. I must say, this is a great looking livery. I love that. I love how it's not just a standard, you know, pride flag. It's like more of a dynamic splash of color, you know? Oh, there we go. Oh, and the power's off. See if we can re-establish power. Oh, there we go. You gonna go? We're coasting well for now. Don't have any failures, okay. Start the Panta up. Oh. There's the infamous 4th gen Dostos. They've been reused so often now that it's not funny. There we go. Power is back on. Train supply. There we go. There we go. We have power, and that's the only neutral section. It's just a bit of, it just takes a bit of finagling. Are you gonna go, buddy? Why do we not have power? Come on. Right. 10 AFB. See if that fixes it. There we go. Just had to switch the AFB off and back on again. That's what you have to do at the end of an LZB section too. Yeah. I think my only problem with Leipzig to Dresden is the inclusion. The Ice-T still has the wrong sounds from its Konzertbahn counterpart, and on top of that, there's the optimization of this route's not the best, so we will be seeing quite a few stutters today, and I imagine the performance won't be too good. But yeah, other than that, this is a pretty good route. Like, seriously. Are we taking the fast line? We are taking the fast line. Oh, come on! Thanks. Thank you so much. I was hitting the button, game. You gonna take power, buddy? First a neutral section, now a stupid Zwangsbremsung. Okay, we're taking power. Okay, I think I must have gotten it just in time. What are you? You are an Expert BR145. Hello, sir. Frozen? There we go. Hello, fellow expert. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This has the PIS system from the Nachwerkverspaket version. So why is it hauling a freight train? Oh, and these are the GBRs wagons intermodal wagons with the new containers and the proper expert coupling. Nice. Oh boy. Looking behind me, it lagged. I didn't capture it in time. That's annoying. Oh well. Oh, game's frozen. Game's unfrozen. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. I do like having more color variety in the containers, even if they're unbranded, genuinely. Now, let's see. Stop lagging! Come on! Oh, I think I want to advance game time a little. Advance. Boosh. Advance. Boosh. There we go. See if we can get a good shot there. Ooh, yeah. That looks nice. Yeah. Honestly, this is would I say this is my favorite modern era German route in the game? I think simply for route coverage, I have to say yeah. Simply because there's multiple branch lines, slow line, fast line, Friedrichstadt branch, little branch out to Roderau, Meissen-Triebischtal branch. Ooh, we'll be up to 160 in a minute. Nice. Yeah. How's performance? 55-ish, but yeah, with a lot of stutters. Up to 130. Gauge the speed. I need to take out the Expert 145 again, because, oh my goodness, that is a good piece of kit, that is. TSG absolutely cooked. Come on, buddy. We up to... Yeah. I keep getting more CFAs through the system. There's a warning board for... Oh, that's for onto the slow line. We're up to 160 because we're going the fast line. Yeah, I think this route... Yeah, this route is very non-linear. And it's decent quality, especially the scenery past Riesa toward Leipzig. And Leipzig Hauptbahnhof is very, very well done. Up to 160. Yeah. I think the scenery, the old scenery recycled from Nahverke Dresden definitely doesn't look as good as the TSW6 scenery that's used on the newer parts of the line, but hey, it does the job. I'm not going to complain. What I am going to complain about are the iced tea sounds and DTG's and ATS's handling of the Class 90 debacle. Yes, I'm still going to keep banging the drum of the Class 90. The Class 90 apparently is going to get an update on June 16th. I'm recording this on the 8th? Yeah, the 8th. So, we will see if that comes to pass, and if those updates will be worth anything. How's performance? 50. Okay. 50 FPS. I'll take it. Up to 160 as we zoom along. What? Just got a failure. What do you want? Keine Störungen vorhanden. I was hitting SIFA! It doesn't play external alerts. Going to release the brakes? You are going to release... Yeah, that was my fault. I shouldn't have done a fly past shot on this thing. I knew I was tempting fate. Reset this one. Bam, bam. You gonna give us power? Yeah, that was my fault. I shouldn't have done a fly past shot. Oh, we're probably gonna be late to Dresden Neustadt now. That's annoying. There's a lot of traffic on that road. My word. Not again. Okay, that's embarrassing. Not again. That is really, really embarrassing. I'm supposed to be the guy who's able to drive these vehicles. Whoops. I do apologize. Okay, I'm not gonna go in external view for the rest of the run except in photo mode. You gonna move? There we go. Forgot I had to release L's of B and P's of B. There we go. We're taking power. The 101 is definitely a slow starter, but yeah. Once she gets up to speed, yeah. Full speed. Yeah, I'm probably holding up traffic behind me now. If there is any. Okay, there is one EZK service heading to Leipzig from Riesa. That might be behind us, but since it's a freight, we should be faster than it. I do apologize. I'm normally a much more competent driver at driving the 101 than I am. I think it's just because I'm getting used to the new HUD, that's the thing, because I could cancel, say, SIFA with the old HUD on the exterior view before, but I forgot that I just can't do that now. Right. Now we're beginning to gain some decent speed. 85 kilometers an hour. Yeah. We're probably going to be late to Dresden Neustadt. But, yeah, that is in keeping with DB's, with the current operational state of DB. It wouldn't be an intercity or an ICE service without it being late or having some kind of technical difficulty. It's a shame, really, because the German rail system is nominally one of the best in the world. Top-class rolling stock and station buildings and rail network, but because it just sorry, I don't know where I was going with that. Because it's so, because it requires so much maintenance and the budget of DB has been reduced so much. Yeah. I remember doing my first run in the 101. It was from Riesa to Dresden on Nahverke Dresden. It was with the original DB 101. What a contrast to now. It's same route, nominally same train, but this one's a lot better. If you could pick up the Expert 101, I highly advise you do. It's a bit of a learning curve, but they have a very comprehensive manual that should help out. Let's start slowing down for that 120 limit. There we go. Alright, let's get that dynamic brake on full. Oh boy. Shouldn't have waited until the sign. Oh well. I think we're gonna make it. Yay, we made it! Just in time. Here comes the 120. There we go. Yeah, we slowed down about 100 meters before. Yeah. So, yeah. This route's not the best in terms of stuttering. But at least it's not as bad as Kinzigtalbahn. That route is... If you want a route that's really bad for stutters and performance, try Kinzigtalbahn. Yeah, Kinzigtalbahn. Yeah. Honestly, would I recommend Leipzig Dresden? I'd say a qualified yes, only if you can get if you have the Expert BR145 and Expert BR101, because those will add massively to the experience and to the rolling stock. There is another patch coming for Leipzig Dresden. Oh, temporary speed restriction! I just turned those on. Yay! I forgot this route had temporary speed restrictions. Haha. That is excellent. I forgot those were a thing. So we have a temporary speed restriction down to 70 kilometers an hour and then back up to 120. So yeah, if you... Actually, I want to show you my settings. If you have a look at the settings, we have random behaviors on, signal delays on high, temporary speed restrictions on low, train faults on low, and train fault notifications on. But yeah, I don't believe those train fault notifications work on the Expert BR101 or 145. So yeah, we will have to slow down eventually for that temporary speed restriction. I'm just glad one spawned. I haven't had the chance to see one of those yet. It's a good addition to the game, I gotta say. Temporary speed restrictions. Right, down to 70 kilometers an hour. There's the 70 warning board. Acknowledge that. You have to slow down to below 85. There's a... yeah, I do love temporary speed restrictions. I think it's a good feature to add to the game, and they seem to be pretty good. Like, I believe at launch they weren't particularly good, but now I think they've been patched to a point where they're decent. Alright, down to 70. Construction works ahead. And it actually, the TSRs actually trigger PZB as well, which is really nice. Yeah. The 70 limit in force now. We'll be back up to 120 in a minute. Okay, now we're back up to 120. We just have to wait for the rest of the train to pass the 120 board. And then I can put the AFB back up and we can accelerate back. There we go. 120 limit engaged. Get the speed back up. 90 kilometers to Dresden Neustadt. Yeah, I do like the 101, and the fact that it has a fully modeled engine room as well is just, yeah. I just don't really use it. Just don't really use the faults system because some of them can end the run, and I don't want to use them on video because I don't want to have to cancel the whole video simply because a fault has occurred and the whole train is just completely broken. Like, I suppose that is the advantage of the built-in train fault system that's included with the game. It won't ruin a run. You will reach your destination. A bit late maybe, but you will still reach your destination. Whereas the faults on the Expert BR101 and 145, well, there are a lot more and they're a lot more realistic. They can definitely end a run if you leave them on. Which is why I don't use them, unfortunately. And it helped. The Expert 145 is definitely better on the faults front because you can do the translation to English, because I don't want to have to open the BR101 the manual and scroll through all the way to find the to find the thing, to find the fault to fix. What are you? Are you a 101? You are a 101. It looks like you're being held for some reason. Hello, buddy. Up to 160. Please have a Sturwagen on there. Yes! Haha. Right. That means we can... No, it's not a Sturwagen. Whoopsie. Yeah. Why is it red? That's interesting. Anyway. Yeah, let's take a screenshot with that. Actually, let's adjust the angle a bit. There we go. That looks a bit better. Alright, up to 160 kilometers an hour. Yeah, that'll be our maximum permitted speed for today. We can do 200 kilometers an hour, but this unit, this route does not permit running above 200 except in the LZB section between Riesa and Leipzig Hauptbahnhof. So we have 6 minutes to do 60 kilometers. I don't think that's going to happen unless we cover this distance at 160 the whole time. chew up the distance at a much faster rate. It hasn't been the most productive of runs. We had no less than 2 SIFA emergency brake applications, and we've had a temporary speed restriction as well. But hey, it's still been a lot of fun, and the temporary speed restrictions, they're not perfect, but they do add a lot of color and variety to otherwise mundane runs. Slow down. 130. Just acknowledge that just out of an abundance of caution. I think there used to be a station back there that was demolished. Don't know if it was, but yeah. Okay, it looks as though we have 2 speed restrictions down to 130 back to back. I should 101 was quicker at releasing dynamic brake, because yeah, I use a lot of speed. I'm just constantly pressing the SIFA pedal on the outside view because I know I'll get emergency braked otherwise. Alright, there's the one. Oh, that's for the track. Okay, so there goes the tracks off to the Dresden Friedrichstadt branch, which is, it's nice that, no, Coswig branch, sorry. It's nice that that got included, honestly, along with the extension to Leipzig Hauptbahnhof. And the extension to Leipzig Hauptbahnhof actually hooks it up with the ancient rapid transit route, which is the first, German route in the game. Honestly, I would love to see a remaster done for rapid transit, since it's a very interesting route. And yeah, it's just been abandoned pretty much, like a lot of routes in this game. Honestly, one of the remasters that I'm most looking forward to, well, I think there's only one remaster currently on the cards. TSW's executive producer Matt Pedalston is currently working on a remaster of the ancient Clinchfield Railroad add-on, which, yeah, if he can pull, but I don't think it's going to be coming out for a while, since he's having to work on it in his spare time. But if he can pull it off, like, fair play to him. And I do enjoy doing a run on Clinchfield from time to time. It's not everyone's favorite route, but it's certainly one of my favorite American routes, despite the somewhat poor quality scenery. Hopefully, High Iron Sim's Southern Pacific Hayden Branches route will be good, but yeah, I'm honestly pretty skeptical, as High Iron managed to budge the release of the Santa Fe El Cajon Pass pack pretty badly. Alright. We have a minute and a half to do 8 kilometers. That's not going to happen. It seems to be stuttering quite a bit today, this route. Maybe just because I haven't done the run on it in a while. There are definitely routes that are better on the stuttering front than this. Looking at you, Medway Valley Line, that's a very well optimized route, and it looks as though West Coast Mainline Trent Valley will be very well optimized. And we also got news on the Freightliner Class 70 that All Aboard are doing. It's going to layer onto West Coast Mainline Trent Valley, Birmingham to Crewe, West Coast Mainline South. What is it? Then an entire new timetable for the Midland Main Line, and and we'll also layer onto the Thames Valley branches route that Incredible Trains are doing. Yeah. The Class 70, I feel, will be a very fun unit to do. Talent 2, hello sir. Yeah. Do like the Talent 2. Just wish the Talent 2 on Köln-Aachen had the horn bug fixed when the remaster was done. It wasn't. Ooh, hello! I forgot about those narrow gauge coaches. Those were on Nafeka Dresden. That's something that was added with Leipzig Dresden. You can still obtain Nahverker Dresden, you just have to buy Leipzig to Dresden first, and people who had Nahverker Dresden before trainsim.cz can still play it. It's just, you can't buy it on its own anymore. You have to get it along with Leipzig Dresden. Which is somewhat annoying, but hey, Leipzig to Dresden is the somewhat improved version. Coming up on an 80 limit, that's coming into Dresden. New start, we're 30 seconds late with 3 kilometers to go. More Dostos, hello! Like, the Dostos aren't bad for rolling stock, they've just been reused so much it's not funny. Before this next signal starts slowing down. There goes the little bypass line around Dresden Neustadt. Starts slowing down. There's the warning board. I think we'll have to acknowledge that, won't we? Yes, we will. It's a direct brake on as well. Oh wow, that was fast. Why are we slowing down so much? Huh? Okay, that was interesting. The direct brake. Oh, thank you. What? What? What happened there? Okay. Note to future self. Never use... Oh, it's Warnungsbeamzug. Never use the direct brake as well as the dynamic. Alright. Now we're going to be really late to Dresden Neustadt. You gonna move, buddy? Do I have to turn AFB off and back on again? Not... Hang on. If I turn the normal HUD back on... HUD... No, it's not there. No. Accessibility? HUD type. Put it to normal. You might be able to see... Oh! Okay. No, I don't want to quit to the main menu. I'm gonna put you to minimal. Okay, there we go. Don't know what happened with that, but we're on the move again. Like, yeah, at least we're living up to DB's reputation. We're horrifically late for every single stop. Yeah. After Dresden Hauptbahnhof, this service will continue on to Prague in the Czech Republic. So yeah, and there's actually a service that goes from Dresden Hauptbahnhof that crosses the border and goes to Liberec, or Liberec, on the Liberec-Starapaka line that was done by Vector Simulations, and that is one of my absolute favourite routes in the game. A bit tough, but an absolute brilliant route, I gotta say. Yeah. I was trying to do this route professionally and, you know, like, be on time, but no. Guess it's the DB curse reaching out from real life. Here comes the branch in from Dresden Flughafen. Alright, just have to get up this hill. Let's actually cut the throttle here. Dresden Neustadt. Sifa, not now. Are you a 101? You are another 101. Very nice. 200 meters tall stop marker. Okie dokie. I forgot how good the station lighting was in Dresden Neustadt. I gotta say, that is very good station lighting. Oh, that's just the warning telling me to remember to open the doors. I think we're heading all the way to the end of the platform here. We're pulling in almost 5 minutes late. Guess it wouldn't be DB without some late shenanigans. Let's just make sure we get a good stop in here. Full service on the brakes. Wait, it said 0 meters? We're gonna have to check how accurate that was. Okay. Welcome to Dresden Neustadt. There are a few freight services which go via this bypass line, avoiding Dresden Neustadt entirely. I don't think I've ever driven a train on it. Yeah, and then next stop is Dresden Hauptbahnhof. Just expect a cascading yellow-red signals. Oh, there's the virtual conductor marker. Is it still in beta? Yeah, it is still in beta.
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
Shutting doors. Okay, doors are indicating green according to the little HUD marker. Okay, next and final stop, Dresden Hauptbahnhof in 3 kilometers. Wonder why express services stop at both Neustadt and Hauptbahnhof in Dresden. There has to be a good reason why, because... yeah. Okay, we're up to 80 kilometers an hour, but soon enough that will decrease to around 60. Yeah, I wonder how accurate I got that to stop. It must have been very close, because it read 0 meters on the HUD, which is pretty impressive, I gotta say. Full speed ahead. Yeah, this hasn't been my most successful run, but it's definitely been a learning experience. I totally forgot that the external sounds didn't play on the expert locomotives, even if you have that setting turned on. All right, crossing this huge river bridge. Green signal, for now at any rate. Yeah. I want to come here in real life. I want to go to Dresden and train spot. It'd be a lot of fun, I feel. Okay, there's a 60 limit, so I imagine this signal will be somewhat... going to tell us to slow down. I imagine so. Let's start slowing down already. Just... oh, no, it's a green. Okay, there's the 60 limit. That's going to make us acknowledge that. Yes, I was right. Okay, I wasn't wrong. There goes some tracks off toward Dresden Friedrichstadt. Oh, and there's a light locomotive over there. Is that a light locomotive? That is a light locomotive. Oh, come on! Not again! Thanks. I keep stupidly forgetting. You gonna give us power? Alright, okay, we're moving again. Alright, we have a speed limit of 40 kilometers an hour due to PZB, and we have 1.6 kilometers to go. Not getting another SIFA Zwangsbremsung, okay? It's 40 kilometers an hour. Yeah, can't believe I got another Zwangsbremsung. Go up to 60. 1.4 kilometers to go. That's what, like the second Zwangsbremsung of the day? I think so. So are we pulling it at one of the bay platforms? Okay, we're pulling it on one of the platforms which aren't terminating. Because, yeah, the service doesn't terminate here, it continues to Prague. I do love the track joint sounds, that's very nice. Okay, we do have a single yellow. Acknowledge that. There goes another commuter service. It's a pretty decent timetable on this line. Decent number of services. Right, let's shut the throttle off. We will have a 500 hertz magnet, so we better be careful. Get down to 20 before that 500 hertz magnet kicks in. Actually get the throttle up to 50% just in case we lose too much speed. Yeah. Okay, 200 meters to go. It's definitely been a less than optimal run today, but honestly, I've had a lot of fun. Come on, buddy. Back up to 20. I also want to know how accurate my stop at Dresden Neustadt was because, wow, 0 meters on the HUD. Shut off the throttle in preparation for braking. 500 hertz should kick in any moment now. Never kicked in. Okay, interesting. Ooh, 2 meters. Okay. AFB will hold the brakes. Let's unlock the doors. Yeah, and then this service will continue on as AI off the map to Prague. Oh wow, it's 3 143s back to back. That's something that wasn't fixed with this route. The 143s on this route are the wrong variant for this area of Germany, apparently. Alright. Okay, so how accurate... 0.115 meters at Dresden Neustadt. I think that's one of the most accurate stops I've ever done. So anyway, that'll be all for this video, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for notifications. And I'll see you on the next one. And happy Pride Month. Goodbye.